My name is Willie James Webb. I went to the Rosenwald School at the Shiloh community. That was the very first one that I went to at Shiloh. And I still remember a lot of things about that school. I remember Miss Humphrey as the principal there. She had been there and taught. She was a principal when my older sister attended Shiloh Rosenwald School. And I remember distinctly those big heaters that they had. They used coal to heat them up, you know, and it was just a great experience. It was when I met a lot of other students for the first time, and I still know some of them today that we started at the Rosenwald School at Tuskegee together. My mother was a member of Shiloh Baptist Church, and I remember going to that church there. So I'm very, very familiar with that community, and know a lot of people in that community. It's still a part of my life, an intimate part of my life. But what happened, we moved out of that community, and when we moved out of the community, we went to Notasulga, Alabama. Of course, it wasn't that far away, maybe about 2.5 or 3 miles away, but at that time it was a long distance because we walked for the most part, so it was a long distance, and it was an entirely different community. And at Notasulga, that's where I finished that Rosenwald School, at Notasulga. And what happened was, when I finished that school, I graduated and I was bused to Tuskegee Institute High School in Tuskegee, Alabama. And after graduating from Tuskegee Institute High School, I went to Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, along about 1957. And that's when I learned the significance of those schools. I didn't know the significance of those schools while I was attending those schools. It was in Atlanta, Georgia, when I became a member of the Free Street Baptist Church there. I met a man who was K.D. Moss, and he was the brother of one of the teachers at the Rosenwald School in Notasulga. Her name was Earlene Bethel, and she was one of my favorite teachers at that Rosenwald School. And so he told me the history of Tuskegee, and he was a walking library, so to speak, and he told me all kinds of things. And he told me that the Rosenwald School at Notasulga was the very first Rosenwald school that was built out of the 4,500 schools, I believe, that was built by Booker T. Washington with the Rosenwald Foundation funding. And so while I was away in college, I came back and I learned sadly that the school at Notasulga had been torn down. And unfortunately, the people at Notasulga didn't know the significance of the schools at all, and they tore the school down. They said they were going to build another school, another building. They never built the other building at all, but they tore that school down, and there's no trace of that school right now. But since I finished that school instead of the Shiloh School, naturally I would feel sort of closer to that school, although the building, the structure is entirely gone. However, I hope that those persons who are working with the Shiloh Rosenwald Restoration Committee will make some kind of mention of the one at Notasulga, because it was, excuse me, a very, very significant place where many students went, and they both are a great part of my life today. And so I'm grateful for this opportunity to be able to say something about the Rosenwald School, the one at the Shiloh community, and the one at Notasulga. And of course the one at Notasulga is missing because it's no longer there, but I do want to make mention that it was at Rosenwald School. In fact, the very first one was at Notasulga, Alabama, because I went there. Thank you so much.